Welcome back to my road to completion guide for Dark Souls 3. This is episode 19, and we're at the end of our very first playthrough, guys. All we have to do is access the final area of the game, kill the final boss, get the credits, and of course at that point we're going to move into New Game Plus. Then we have to play New Game Plus Plus. But those two playthroughs go pretty quick because the strategies are not really going to change that much, you know, in terms of boss fights and stuff like that. The way that we move around the areas, we're going to be using hidden body and stuff like that. So it'll be a repeat of what we just saw here in, playthrough number 1. There'll be a few more boss fights that we have to take on for trophies, but like I said, all in all, it's going to be a carbon copy of what we just did. We'll have some new items that we need to pick up and stuff like that, but for the most part, it's going to be fairly simple. If you guys were able to get through this part, you shouldn't have any issues getting through New Game Plus or New Game Plus Plus. Once you guys have lit up all of those thrones, go ahead and rest at the bonfire, or I should say kneel. It's going to give you a prompt to kneel. Then you guys are going to show up here. We're just going to run all the way up the stairs, take a left. There'll be another bonfire, and that's going to take us to another bonfire. And then you guys will see the boss gate up ahead. It's just a straight path. You guys can go ahead and rest there too if you need to. Now, make sure that you check your inventory and compare that with the list I have down below in the description and my pinned comment. I'm gonna have a list of everything that you guys should have at this point before you cross over into New Game Plus. Now, if by chance some of you guys are missing something on the list or the quantities are off of things that you should have collected, you guys can plan to get that in New Game Plus or New Game Plus Plus, or you may wanna just stop here before you fight this final boss and go back into the guide and figure out what you're missing and pick it up, right? But you'll need to get that stuff at some point, okay? So just keep that in mind. Now, when it comes to the final boss, guys, distance is everything. I cannot stress that enough. You guys have your Crystal Soul Spear. You keep your distance. You wait for the enemy to attack. You counterattack with your Crystal Soul Spear. Very simple. The only thing I will point out here is that this boss has a ton of attacks. You'll notice that sometimes he has a sword, then he switches it out for a spear and stuff like that. If he does that, guys, his whole attack pattern is going to change. But again, for you, distance is everything. If you keep distance, regardless of which attacks he's throwing out at you guys or which weapon he has, that's going to keep you guys safe. Now, something else I wanted you guys to notice in this fight. If you look at his sword, you can obviously see that there's fire on his sword, but notice his character. It has kind of a flame effect too, but it's different from the fire that's on his sword, okay? What you're seeing is a pyromancy called Pyro Within. You guys have it in your inventory now as well. It's a buff for your character. If you put that on your character and you use it, you're gonna do more damage to whoever you're fighting. Now, obviously, when he has it cast on himself, he's gonna do more damage to you. So anytime you guys see him cast Pyro Within on himself, distance is key. Of course, you can fire off some Crystal Soul Spears if you get the opportunity, but I would play it out really defensively at that point, guys. And this is going to be his phase 2. He's going to get all of his health back. So phase 2 is going to play out just like phase 1. We're going to be firing our Crystal Soul Spears at a distance, but notice he's a lot more aggressive. You guys see the jumping attack there? Anytime he jumps at you, what you want to do is either roll forward or roll backwards one time. That's all you guys have to do to avoid that. Very simple. You'll notice there that he just did a crazy combo attack with his sword. It was like 4 swings, and then he put it into the ground and it was a big explosion. Anytime that happens, guys, back away. It's a great opportunity for you guys to heal if you're low on health, get your magic back, or you can also do some damage with your Crystal Soul Spears. And I think he's about to do the jumping attack here. But notice the roll, see? Just avoiding those attacks. I'm catching those iframes when I'm in the roll, those invincibility frames. So even though it looks like he's gonna hit me, if I catch those invincibility frames correct, I just roll right through his attack, which is great, okay? Always be backing up in this fight. Notice the combo move here. I'm gonna get some damage on, and then I'm gonna heal. See that? If you look at this point, I still need to get some magic as well, so I'm gonna get that too. So there's plenty of time when he does that combo attack, guys, to get your magic back, to heal, and do damage. And I'll be honest with you guys, that is the main strategy for taking this boss out during phase 2. You just want to always be backing up, right? Avoiding his attacks. And then when he does the crazy combo move, that's when you want to get in 2 or 3 hits with your Crystal Soul Spear, rinse, and repeat. So I'm going to let you guys enjoy the rest of this clip, and I'll see you guys at the end. just about to fire off my final Crystal Soul Spear. That'll be enough to kill him. Notice he was in the process of doing his crazy combo move. That's when I get my damage in. Switch to the Symbol of Avarice. I want you guys to maximize the souls you get from this boss because our souls do carry over into New Game Plus. Okay, so keep that in mind. Make sure those souls kick in before you pull the Symbol of Avarice off. They should be kicking in any second now. There they go. And you guys can switch off if you want to from the Symbol of Avarice. And then we want to head over to the bonfire. And you guys are going to get a prompt that says link the first flame. See the prompt? Go ahead and press X. And then when you're given the option yes or no, select yes. That's going to take you guys through a cutscene. Of course, I'm cutting that out in the gameplay. Then when you guys reach the credits, you guys will pick up your trophy. And that is the end of our very first playthrough of Dark Souls 3. I hope you guys have enjoyed. It's time for New Game Plus. You're going to get some prompts here in a second. It's going to ask you guys to begin journey number 2. You guys can skip through the credits. I think I let them roll for just a second, but you can skip them by pressing a button. And then make sure you guys select yes and yes again. I'll see you guys in New Game Plus. Be good.